Hi, my love. So I apologize. I had to do your reading in 2 separate videos because I forgot that I filmed vertical for the first one, and I can't splice together a vertical and a horizontal video for the reading. So it's just going to be in 2 videos, but I'm sure that that won't be a big issue. But I just wanted to say, sorry. I apologize for that. Okay, so this is going to be the tarot reading portion of your reading, your seance reading. More water. Okay. Hopefully my tripod won't fall apart. It's already like pieces of it have been breaking and I'm just like, oh my God, I don't need this to fall apart on me. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Trigger Tarot. And this is the Halloween Oracle. And I'll probably be using a 3rd deck because your spirit guide came through. So let's use the Halloween Tarot too. Okay. So basically the tarot reading portion is just kind of like, it's just to get a tarot reading experience, with the intention of connecting also with spirit and whatnot. So I want to really pull on those future readings. I want to pull on your energy first. So let's pull on that. And then I welcome TT Betty to come through in the cards. I welcome your spirit guide to please come through in the cards. Wow. There we go. Okay. So, we're going to pull on your current energy right now. So trust that anything that comes through is a message. Oops. Let me drop this just a little bit. Whoops. So you could see my table. Trust that anything that comes through is a message from spirit, but also it's just stuff you need to hear, okay? I freaking love it. Oh my God. I already see the connection here. Okay, so first things first, the 2 cards that flew out when we were asking TT Betty and your spirit guide to be present, Apple came through. One, there's a heart in the apple core. So first off, TT Betty is giving you love, but also I feel like it says risk and reward. What was TT Betty and your spirit guide telling you? They were telling you to be fearless. They were telling you to, move forward, to don't fear things, don't allow your setbacks, your hesitations to hold you back. And so this is exactly the message of the card. It's like TT Betty is telling you, where there is a risk, there will be a reward. You're not going to see things change in your life if you don't move forward. So I love that. I just think that that's so special. And then the other one is Jack-o'-lantern, protection. I freaking love it. So the protection is just kind of saying like you are protected. Spirit has your back. Both TT Betty, but spirit and I say spirit in general, but also your guides, like you are protected through this experience. I also like the jack-o'-lantern is illuminated with light. So I feel like also it's kind of like that thing where I was saying light a candle for TT Betty on Halloween and also cook a spaghetti dinner. You guys, I want you and your sister, if you guys are able to be together, to cook a spaghetti dinner and just like literally tell TT Betty to be there with you as you guys are cooking, and just to share that experience and trust that anything weird or out of the ordinary that happens during that night is her. Okay, you have to trust it, because the minute you start to doubt things like that, it weakens spirit's connection with you. So it's like the more you trust it, you're gonna see the synchronicity happen over and over and over again. So I feel like it's kind of like it's that. So honor TT Betty through a beautiful spaghetti dinner or a home cooked meal in general, whatever. Use one of her recipes if that's a thing. But, and light a candle for her. Particularly, I would say go with white, because white is kind of like the universal sign or color for spirit. But you could pick anything you want. You could pick her favorite color. You could pick her favorite scent. But if not, if you don't know or you don't have any ideas for that, just use a white candle. It doesn't really matter. And it doesn't have to be anything specific. It could be a tea light candle, or it could be, a candle you bought at Target, whatever. It doesn't have to be anything specific. So we have 4 of pumpkins. We have 10 of imps. We have the Hierophant. And we have death coming up for your current energy. So Hierophant is very much like, this is the block of change I'm seeing here. Hierophant is very much following the rules. A strict family member or a strict lifestyle. You're obeying the rules, the guidelines. This could be a strict job, a boss, whatever. But that's Hierophant energy. But we have Hierophant to the Death. And Death card is all about change. It's transformation. So there is definitely, you're stepping into change and transformation coming soon. But that Hierophant energy is kind of you being really strict with yourself, or somebody's really strict with you. They have high expectations of you in your life, that kind of thing. And that's causing a little bit of a break here. The inability to move forward and to allow the change to take place in your life because of that. So if this is a person you can identify in your life who is acting this way, that's how you kind of know that that is the person that you kind of need to learn to make amends with, you know, and learn to live with. But also maybe this is somebody that you may need to cut ties with, or you may need to, you know, kind of learn to rearrange your life with, you know what I mean? The 10 of Imps, or this is the 10 of Wands, is a very challenging card. It's usually about, you know, feeling like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, you know, and the inability to move forward. So that's definitely the messages that Spirit has been expressing with you. The inability to move on. It's almost like with this one, we have Igor here, or Igor, who wants to bring all of his imps with him, and he dropped one, and it's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pick you up? I have everybody else I'm taking care of. So I feel like there's that essence too of you, is that perhaps your energy right now is you're too busy worrying about everybody else and not enough about yourself. I feel like it's kind of Spirit's way of saying there needs to be selfish time here between you, for yourself, just between you. The Four of Pumpkins, I love the Four of Pumpkins in this card. He's planting seeds to create a harvest. So he's planting seeds for the future. And in general, the Four of Pumpkins or the Four of Pentacles is somebody who likes to keep to themselves, somebody who's secretive, somebody who doesn't like to give away too much of themselves too soon. I see this almost as your essence right now, is that maybe you're a homebody, or maybe you're somebody who doesn't have much of a booming social life, you know. So maybe that's why that love energy that I was feeling is like love is on the horizon for you, but it's a little bit awkward for you, that kind of thing. We could see it with that too. But the fact that the Four of Pumpkins in this card, he's planting seeds, is kind of a message for you too. Right now is the time to start planting seeds for things that you want to see grow in your future. Okay. So it's pretty similar to the messages that TT Betty and your spirit guide gave you, of like, right now you need to, you know, take it slow. There's no rush, but as long as you're moving forward and you're aiming towards something, you're going to start to see changes happen. So the cards are definitely revealing that for you too. Let's ask specifics for what you need to do. Woo, this card fell out. Where'd you go? Aw, did you fall on the floor? Where did you go? Oh, you're right here. So we have the Eight of Swords. I love it. So the Eight of Swords is about needing to step outside of what is caging you in. This card is, we have the little pumpkin person who's being picked and prodded by that little devil, but they're inside a cage. And so definitely the Eight of Swords is the sword suit is your mind, your thoughts. You're locked in your own thoughts. You are locked in your own fears. So that's definitely what Spirit is revealing, is that you are holding yourself back. You are pretty much responsible for your own delays in life. You're responsible for your setbacks. You're responsible for what this and that. You got to learn to face your fears and get yourself out of that situation. Okay. Let's see. Let's pull for TT Betty. Let's ask her. What does she want you to know through the cards? What does she want you to know? What messages do you have for Liliana? What do you want her to know? death, change, transformation. Let's pull 3 cards. I like to work in 3s. What would you like her to know? What messages do you have for Lily? Night Song, hidden talents, Black Cat, fortune meets opportunity. TT Betty, and she also wants this one to come out too. Cauldron, synergy and healing. She wants you to know that there's a lot of stuff coming up for you, girl. There's a lot of big things, a lot of changes. There's a lot of things coming up for you. First off, with the Death card, I see this in 2 separate messages. One, the Death card is the eternal cycle begins here. I feel like death is, for you, it's a fear. I feel like losing someone close to you was hard. I feel like you fear death. You fear, things that you can't understand or you can't explain. And I feel like you do fear dying, or losing someone again, losing somebody super close to you or whatnot. So that's one thing she's acknowledging here. The other thing I see with the Death card too is transformation. Death is the closing of one door and the opening of another door, right? It's a new path coming up. And so with death is transformation. You don't just go through a new door and have a whole new experience in life and still be the same person. You are changed. You will change. You will go through a personal transformation. She's also showing you Night Song, and we have the hidden talents card. So she's pretty much kind of saying that you can stick out. We have a beautiful red bird. I don't even know what kind of bird this is, a cardinal. But you have this gorgeous red bird who's like fire, right? And of course he's going to stick out, because he's so bright. And so I feel like it's like she's saying you have hidden talents. You have reasons to go forward in life. You have reasons to be, proud of yourself, or to stick out from the crowd, or to be yourself, you have hidden talents and you need to utilize them. I feel like that's what she's saying for you. She also gave you the Black Cat, which is fortune meets opportunity. And so I feel like the fortune meets opportunity card is saying that you're going to be receiving an opportunity for change. And like I said, we've already kind of displayed that. I feel like September, she was saying September next year is going to be a big time for you. Throughout that whole year process, there will be big changes. There could be opportunities that come through your way. Receiving fortunes in different forms. So, maybe you're receiving money in one way, or you get to take a class, or you get to, I don't know, you get to do something that will be opening up new doors for you. It could also be new people that you meet that can also be switching it up for you too. And then I also felt to pull this card, Cauldron, Synergy and Healing. Which is kind of her saying, like, one, there's a need for healing for you. There's some stuff that you haven't sorted out through, that you haven't gotten through. I like that it's a cauldron, because what do witches do with the cauldrons? They create their spells and whatnot. So I feel like that goes hand in hand with home cooking, right? Cooking at home, or creating a substance for yourself to take that will help you feel better. So having a cup of coffee in the morning, or having that hot tea or whatever. Recipes from her, I feel like that's a big one. But I feel like it's like for you is the process of healing is she's saying there's certain things that are hurting you that you need to learn to let go, that you need to sort out, to heal from, in order to allow yourself to move on, to allow yourself to transform. So I feel like that's what she's saying there. Now let's ask your spirit guide. What messages do you have for Lily? Six of Pumpkins, 3 of Bats, 4 of Ghosts, 9 of Ghosts. I love it. So your spirit guide is saying that there will be happiness at the end of the tunnel. There will be an uplifting of emotions, but you're gonna have to go through some stuff. Okay, the Three of Bats or the Three of Swords is going through some painful times, memories of hurt, things of like broken relationships, whether this is you and a friend, you and a lover, maybe you and family members, or even just the memory of losing TT Betty. Whatever the case may be, there's something there that's hurting your heart. Okay, something that needs to be pretty much tended to. The Six of Ghosts is always my card of spirit connection. So when I saw it, I thought immediately, like, this is beautiful, because I feel like this reading alone will help you heal. Okay, but also I feel like the Six of Ghosts is an energy exchange. What you give, you receive. Okay, so I feel like your guide is kind of telling you need to start looking at this as what you are putting out into the universe. You're going to be receiving that back from the universe. I also just saw 555, so I feel like that's also a message. I want you to, after your reading, Google 555 angel numbers and look that up, okay? But definitely the Six of Pentacles or the Six of Pumpkins is about that energy exchange. So you need to start being more aware of how you treat other people, how you talk to other people. Are you smiling at strangers? Are you putting yourself out there? Are you, being friendly and having communication with people you don't necessarily know? That will change the theme of your entire day, believe it or not. Okay. The other thing they're saying is with the Four of Ghosts, this is you not taking opportunities. And I feel like that is the main message here from Spirit and your TT Betty, that you need to learn to take opportunities when they are handed to you. Anything that comes up that you might be interested in or curious about, but maybe you pass up opportunities because of you just don't have confidence, you second guess yourself, or the unknown, like not knowing what to expect scares you. Whatever the case may be, they're urging you to stop doing that, because it's like you're self-sabotaging yourself. You are limiting yourself in your experiences because of fears, and we want to start getting you to a point where you can start facing those fears, okay? And then lastly, they're showing with the Nine of Ghosts, this is obviously saying Spirit has your back, right? The little ghosties, they have your back. They're all around you. And then also I feel like it's just kind of saying, like, ultimately when you can start facing fears and you start making big changes for yourself and allowing yourself to go through change, go through that death card phase, you're going to see a huge upliftment, I don't even know. Sometimes I say words, I don't even know if they're real words, but like an uplift, like a positive change of emotions with you. Okay. It's a really beautiful thing to see. But I just feel like there just needs to be a little bit more push of confidence with you. Your guides are there to help you through that. But I feel like, this reading alone, I feel like is going to help you. So I feel like you needed to hear it. You definitely needed to have those messages come through and whatnot. So there you go, my love. This concludes your spiritual seance or spirit seance or seance reading or whatever I called it. But I really, really, really enjoy reading for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed the reading. I hope that you were able to just receive some messages or get some insight from what from what I said. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to send me an email. But other than that, my love, make that spaghetti dinner. I want you guys to do that. Have a beautiful time with your TT Betty. And just share those moments and trust everything that comes through to you, whether it's dreams, whether it's messages, feelings, thoughts, like I said, anything random that pops up in your head about TT Betty, and that you didn't control that thought, that's her, okay? So trust it. With your spirit guide, if you feel that tickle in your back, know that that's your spirit guide getting your attention. The 555, I really want you to look that up, because I feel like that message also, I think if I know correctly, fives are change. So that'll be kind of funny with a change message. But, so look that up too. And I think the other thing I told you was if you have dreams, like TT Betty was saying, she's going to be visiting you in a dream real soon. This time of year, fall season, but especially as we go closer to Halloween time, is the time, literally the strongest point of our entire year when we connect with spirit, and anyone has experiences. So I do feel like GT Betty will be visiting you in a dream. And if you do dream of her, please write it down, even if it's like random stuff, because there's always a message there. And then also, you know, you'll remember that you dreamt of her, but you may not remember the specifics. And so if you write it down, you will always have that to remember. So if you keep a diary or whatnot, write it all in there. I keep a spirit journal. It helps me. But do that. And I think that was the only other thing that I mentioned that you should do. So other than that, my love, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I wish you a beautiful rest of your fall season. This is my favorite time of year, so I hope that you too can connect with your loved ones and just enjoy it. And so thank you again for being patient with me. I know it took me a while to get the reading out to you, but you know, life happens, so we just got to roll with the punches. But other than that, my love, I wish you all of the best, and I will talk to you later. Bye.